it's MK, and I am here with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And today's sketch, which is day 31, is by Lisa Cuneo, and I am only going to do one side of the sketch. So I'm going to take a double page and turn it into a single. So I brought out this sticker set again, or thicker set by Simple Stories. It's the essential line, and I'm just going to use this tiny little thing that says random facts. So I've got a bunch of pictures of one poster that I took off of the post pile, and I'm going to use it with this 49 and Market nature study background piece. So I'm definitely not going to be using the butterfly side, but I am going to be using this mixed media side because it looks like in Lisa's sketch that she has a little bit of mixed media going on behind her photos. So I'm cheating and pulling out a pre-made mixed media background. I also have this whole sheet or whole collection, I guess, or whole pack of leftover nature study embellishments that I kind of forgot I had. Well, it's not that I forgot that I had. It's that I forgot that I put them in with my papers and just assumed that it was a paper pack that I had not opened yet, or that, I don't know, you guys. I lifted it up and realized it is nothing but embellishments. So I have the acetate sheets. I have the film strips here, or what's left over of the film strips. I'm pretty sure I bought 2 of these because they're like never ending. I have the tickets. I have the laser cut pieces, you guys. I have the laser cut pieces that are left over from the page kits. I've got a ton of stuff from the nature study collection, but no paper. I swear, I run out of paper before I run out of embellishments. How does this even happen? I don't know. But anyways, so these little sheets that are in half, those are from the laser cut collections that are separate from the page kits. The ones that are flat 12 by 12, these ones here, those ones are from the page kit. And when you get a page kit, what's really super cool about it is not only do you get those 4 pages done, but you also get all these leftovers. So not that I did any of those pages the way that I was supposed to, but you do get a ton of leftovers. Now this one here is also from one of the laser collections, or the same laser collection as the previous one, because they had one that was foliage, and then the other one I think was mushrooms, and then I think the other one was butterflies. I don't remember, but I think there was 3 that came out with this particular collection. So these flat ones here that are 12 by 12, this is still the paper kit, the page kit collection. So, and then this chipboard piece here, this actually came from the cluster collection. So all the different things. I bought all the things, you guys, because you know me, I love the great outdoors. This sticker sheet here is from Close to My Heart. It does not have a branding strip or anything on it, but I was looking at it thinking, oh, I could use some of these pieces. Yeah, I don't touch it. This one here is from Simple Stories. It is the Lake Life. I don't need it, so I'm going to, put it off to the side. And then this one here is, because it's 12 by 12, is from the Page Kit collection, the Ultimate Page Kit. And I'm thinking I might use some of these rivets, but of course I don't. So who knows? All right. So this is one poster that was too big for me to take a picture and then be able to read when I got home. And so I took it in stages of 3s because I didn't know how else to take these pictures. The little black squares are little. So I took a picture of the whole shebang. Then I took a picture of the bottom yellow section so I could read the timeline. And then I took a close-up picture of the black little squares so I could read what's in each little black square. And then remember the timeline of the post piles from, when we discovered them to what, was going on about them, when they shut down the road to public transportation. And now they do buses. They bus you up to the post piles now. Because they stopped allowing people to ride up on their own. There's a small picnic area that you can ride up to, but as far as going up to the post piles themselves, or I should say the start of the path for the post piles, they completely cut that off because there are some areas where it turns into almost one-way traffic only. And so they just worry that there's going to be an accident and, it becoming a huge incident. So they have eliminated that, and that is part of this timeline here. Now, I don't remember exactly what else is on this timeline. It is actually pretty cool. Some of the rocks that they have discovered over investigating about the post piles, some of the very first times that it was like, wow, this is a cool phenomenon. Maybe we should do some research on it, things like that. So it is a pretty cool timeline to actually read. And if I retained anything that I read, this is why I scrapbook everything. If I ever retained anything that I read, it would be really cool to regurgitate that to you guys, but I don't. So again, I document it, right? Because I can't remember any of it. But it is really, really super cool for us to check this out. So one of the things that I did not realize was in my faux paper pack, and I did not have any clue, no clue whatsoever that it was full of embellishments. Honestly, I would have been using them like crazy had I have known that those embellishments, those treasures were all in that little pack. So I forgot to pull out something for a photo mat. So I got this 6x6 burlap paper. I peeled it off of a give-take table. You guys, seriously, if you go to retreats or crops or anything, go check out those give-take tables. I mean, granted, I actually give as well. I always have this little basket, and the basket's about 8 wide by 12 long. And it's not always full, but I put things in there that either I'm done using or it no longer excites me or anything like that. I put it in there because I know I always have a retreat coming up. And so what I do is when that retreat comes up, I grab everything in my little basket or bin, and then I put it in a, what's it called? In a little baggie or in, several baggies, whatever, and then I take it for the give-take table. That way, I feel free to shop the table and find cool treasures like this. I mean, this burlap paper from Die Cuts with a View, even though it's 6x6, it's actually a little bit larger than 6x6. But it's really perfect for photo mats and the great outdoors. I mean, this paper is awesome. I also picked up a 6x6 cork paper, but on one side it's very bright and colorful. I would never use it, but the other side is just cork. Can you imagine die cutting those? Yes, I can. So that went home with me as well. All right, so I'm going to pull a Janet here, and I'm going to cut up all of these little layering pieces, I guess is what 49 and Market calls them, and I'm going to cut them into threes. I want a section going on the side, creating kind of like an L, just like Lisa has going on. She's got 3 photos at the bottom and then a vertical photo going up. And that's kind of what I have, but I only have 2 going across. And then I have my vertical one going up, and my photos are much larger because if I made them any smaller, I still couldn't read them, right? So anyways, I am going to go ahead and cut all of these pieces up. I'm going to distress them only on 3 sides because the other side is going to be tucked underneath my burlap photo mat. And I'm going to try the whole layering piece thing that Janet usually does with all of her scraps. When she gets scraps like this, she does a phenomenal job of all this layering and color work. And I mean, I don't know how she does it, you guys. I have tried and tried and tried, and I just can't get it. I really can't. So this is a safe bet for me because they're all very similar. They're all similar in color, and they're bits and pieces of a whole, right? So I can tuck and weave these and manipulate them and still get out. But my thing about it, the problem that I have with all this tucking and layering is Janet puts like a 1/16 of an inch sticking up. So she has just a microscopic little bit of color, and then she keeps adding to that to where she ends up with maybe, depending on how many layers she adds, she's got about a 1/2 inch border, right? Maybe even a 1/4 of an inch border if I'm exaggerating a little bit. So she's got very little borders, where me, I want to see that pattern. I want to see all those stripes, right? I can't just have a teeny tiny little strip of stripes. I want to see it. So that is one of my big problems that I have with tucking pieces like this. Plus, if I have one on one side, I want to make sure it matches the one on the other side, because it just makes sense to me. I don't know how she does it. But this is my attempt at it. Yay, go me. And so I really like it. I really like how it looks. I like how that faux paper under there makes it look like I've got a bunch of paper behind all my burlap photo mats. I really do like how this one looked, even though it's not quite like how Janet does it. I'm dead serious. Phenomenal work, you guys. I just go watch her layering videos. They're fabulous. She can just take a whole bunch of scraps and layer them up, and they just look awesome. I can't do it. And I think part of that problem is because I want to see the patterns. I want to see the paper, and whatnot. So yeah, I have issues. So anyways, one of the other little things that Lisa has going on her left side part of her sketch is a little banner piece, or a little banner section, where she is putting a title up there. Now, I'm not going to put a ginormous title on this. As you saw, I'm going to use that little thing that says random facts. It's probably no bigger than 1 inch by 1 inch. But I did like the idea of having something up in that corner, because now I feel like it completes the L shape. Like it fills in that big giant hole that I had from this L-shaped pattern. And so, yes, I really like that. So now I'm just tucking and weaving, and I'm trying to use these acetate pieces. And for the life of me, you guys, I don't understand. I don't get it. I have a hard time using these acetate pieces unless they're on the white spots. Like every time that I have tried to put an acetate piece on one of these, what is that called? Stripe paper, it doesn't look good. Like I can see the stripes through the acetate. So I'm struggling just a hair, not a bunch, but just a hair. And so far I like what I've used. I feel like I used a lot. I mean, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of acetate. So that was like stoked, like, yay, I got some of it used until I started putting them all away, and I've got, 63 left in the whole kit. I'm going to be using those for quite some time, especially those little jars. I don't know what to do with those. But I do struggle with the acetate pieces because I don't like how you can see patterns behind them. The leaves and things, I don't mind. The mixed media-ish behind, like that bottom mushroom sticking out that has the yellow behind it, I don't mind that. But once you get a print going on, I feel like you really lose the acetate. All right, so I'm going to finish off this layout with a few of the stickers and laser cut pieces from the other collections that I had. I've got this little detail sticker from the chipboard sheet that I'm going to use. I pulled out a tab, and then my little random facts title, and then one of these border stickers. I don't remember what it says, but it's the little yellow border sticker from another laser piece that I pulled out, and it looks like I found a tag somewhere as well. Oh, it says explore and discover. That is cool. So that is my layout for today, you guys. Like I said, I love making these types of layouts because then I don't have to remember any of this stuff. I can take the picture and I can go back and read about it at any time. I don't need to Google. I don't need to research. It's all right here. And I love doing this. I do apologize that I didn't have a whole lot to tell you guys, but this layout was so fun to make with all of my embellishments that I had just newly discovered, thinking that they were a paper pack. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. Lisa, I loved this sketch. It was so fun. Even though I only did one side of it, I still loved it. Don't forget to check out all the really cool links down below. And again, thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.